if you think about it, a lot of these leftist lunatics already did kill themselves. They just don't know that that's what they did. Let's not get too far into that, but I'm sure that plenty of people know exactly what I'm talking about. I keep hearing talk of war. Whether it's war with China or war with Russia, more than likely it's just going to be war with all the people here. War with aliens, war with cyborgs, zombies. Who knows, man? Maybe I should just stay in the house for the rest of my life. I got a lot of books, you know. Worst comes to worst, I could just read the scripture over and over again. Yeah, but I'm in Jeremiah right now. God is pissed. He's so pissed at Israel. Because they have not guarded his commandments. They have not abided by his ways. And he's fucking pissed. And everybody has to be punished. Even the good ones. Now, do I agree with it wholeheartedly? Do I think, oh yeah, this most definitely happened and this is what's happening currently and all that? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not supposed to know. You know, I just read a particular passage about how much he really doesn't like it when people falsely prophesy. So I'm not going to do that. The only stuff that I can prophesize about is based off of stuff that's blatantly obvious, you know, like people are dumb. People are really dumb. So the reason why I can see this coming with the smartphone technology and that it would be used against us is because of how stupid human beings are. The sheep. If you have knowledge of the sheep and how much stupid bullshit they subject themselves to, it's kind of obvious that they would use this against themselves. But I can't be mad at the people that gave us this technology because it was human beings that were dumb enough to say, yeah, okay, I'll take that, I need that, I want that addition, I want that complication in my life. That'd be cool if there was like a new invention that made your life simpler, you know? There needs to be that. I need to invent that shit. It would be a device where you would stop complicating everything. Like whenever you would start to go crazy in your brain, it would stop you. What are you talking about? That invention already exists. I mean, I really think that people have been dumbed. The reason why they complicate shit like gender is because they've been dumbed down. So now they're just accepting all these complications where complications are not necessary. True. But I'm just saying I could benefit from, I could definitely benefit from an invention like that because I have a tendency to jump way too far ahead, you know. But their products don't work on me because of what I just said. Like, I think way too much. Like, they try to get me with the SSRIs, and I just flush those pills down the toilet. So, people that I talk to that are more aware of themselves, you know, they don't want to be on that medication. I was talking to this coworker of mine tonight. I believe he's like 17 or 18. No, he's 17. He said he's finally eating because he's been on Adderall his entire life. He finally just got off of it. And he said he felt like a robot the entire time that he was on the medication. And I was like, yeah, man, a lot of parents, they just put their kids on this shit because they don't want to be parents. And he was like, yeah, that's exactly what they did to me. They just did whatever the doctors told them to do. And oh, man. I don't want to say this is why people shouldn't be parents, because I'm glad that the kid exists. I really like working with him. He's funny. He's a good worker. He cares about his job. But I know that people understand what I'm saying in regards to, you know, bad parenting, because it's just pretty disgusting. And like the more liberal bullshit they push in the culture, the worse parenting you're gonna see, because people, you know, they don't question it. They just say, oh, well, this is the culture. This is what we do now. I mean, I think about like when I was growing up, if they had been teaching homosexuality in school, if my sex education course involved anal sex, do you have any idea how many parents would like go to the school board and that public school would lose all their funding and everything? Like, that needs to happen on a larger scale, but unfortunately I feel like a lot of people are just so brainwashed. And it's because of the technology. Because those that actually care enough to fight back are so few and far between. Because some people can't afford to like pull their kids out of public school and take them to a private school, or they can't homeschool them because they have to work or whatever the fuck, you know? It's like, there's so many declarations that you can make, like, oh, why don't you do this, why don't you do that, you know? And I'm guilty of this, I'll totally admit that. I don't even have kids, so who the fuck am I to get mad at somebody else for their horrible parenting? But one of the reasons why I don't have kids is because, like, I know I couldn't handle that kind of responsibility because I'd be way too protective of a parent. I wouldn't want to have kids in this shit world. People can say that's lame all they want, but are you kidding me? I think that you're terribly misguided. And I think that you really kid yourself on how fucked up this world is, man. It's like, you used to only have to worry about your kid being snatched in a mall or a park or some shit. Now you gotta worry about your kid being snatched in school, you know? Their brain being removed and replaced with, you know, whatever they're going to replace your brain with, so that you just buy into whatever the elite tells you to buy into, you know? Like, you have to worry about your kid coming home one day and declaring that they're the opposite gender, you know? You have to worry about your kid coming home one day and going, you know, I learned about anal sex and I really want to try that shit. I know I'm 8 years old, but, you know, why not? It's like, I think about that shit a lot, like how I didn't have to deal with that when I was growing up. So I really feel for the kids. I feel for the kids more than anything. But the parents, you know, they gotta deal with all this additional complication, all these additional questions that they have to answer when their kids come home from school, you know? It's fucked up. But I don't know, man. I guess I really am a social conservative, because a lot of people don't understand that. They don't see how that's a snowball effect. They're like, well, I don't understand why you get mad because somebody with Dick Ballsack wants to wear a dress. I'm like, well, the issue isn't that a person with Dick and Ballsack wants to wear a dress. The issue is that they gotta parade that shit around everybody else. And maybe some people don't want to be subjected to that. And some people shouldn't have to be forced to be subjected to that. Their children shouldn't be forced to be subjected to that, you know? There's a time and place for everything, you know? And they're trying to make, like, whatever their agenda is, they're trying to push that time and place anywhere, anytime. So it's not just like a gay club. Now it's like you see that shit everywhere. Used to be one thing where, okay, like the area where all the gay community congregates, you know, it's in this part of town or whatever. These are the clubs, these are the bars, these are the coffee shops where they hang out, and that's fine. Like, I don't have an issue with that. But it's like now it's everywhere. Now you have gay sections of everything. So it literally is being pushed in your face. And that shit ain't right. And I don't know. People can say that that's judgmental. I'm really not even judging those people. I'm judging the culture. I'm judging like what they're subjecting people to in our society, and there are a lot of people that aren't in favor of that shit. There are people that have kids that they don't want their kids to learn about homosexuality when they're still in grade school. It's fucked up. There shouldn't be any reason for them to be learning about those types of things, because you know you want to preserve their innocence as long as possible, and it's very clear that that's not what people believe in anymore. So it's very evident that, you know, this is very degenerate culture that pushes, you know, sexual immorality on children. I mean, how can anybody justify that?